Hi, Pagan Shooter here. I have taken you guys again to the range with me, and I'll interact a few or throw in a few videos of shooting at the range in the midst of all this. So, but I took you again with me, and this time I had brought my Taurus PT111, and I'll go ahead and show you that it is completely empty. There's nothing down inside the chamber. And the magazine is gone. Magazine is up there. Now I do have some ammo here. These are my reloads, but they're in a bag over here. I am not putting anything in there. So don't worry. I'm not going to shoot myself or anybody else. Unless I have to. Kidding. So anyway, I took you guys shooting with me. And I brought the Taurus PT111, and of course it performed perfectly fine, except I had a small issue, and I thought it was from the Taurus. Once again, the only thing I've done to this as far as any kind of work on it has been that recoil spring, and once again, that could have been my issue with pulling it out. However, I've seen other people online having the same issue and having to get a replacement. And a lot of the other people that I've seen didn't have the issues I did getting one sent to them. So I'm not sure if they changed the policy on it, if they're recognizing it as an issue with these or not. However, I have also seen online that they sell metal ones of those. So that's a little sidetrack and a little information. I've seen that somebody had actually mentioned that to me, but I've also seen postings of metal guide rods and spring assemblies for the PT111, and I'm sure it works in the PT40 140 as well. So anyway, back to the subject. So I took this shooting, and it performed perfectly fine. Everything as usual. Everything really functioned well, except I had a few what I thought were primer issues. And the first time I discovered it was actually a squib, which with my reloads, I have never had one. And in this case, I ended up having two. So luckily for me, it was just enough power to push it into the barrel, and after that it stopped and it didn't go in far enough to where it would seat the next round. And I'll put in a few images here of what it looked like after or when I got the squib, and or not the images but video of what it looked like when I got the squib and what I did to clear it. Well, actually, I can't show you that. I would have to do it again. But anyway, when I got the squib and what it looked like when it tried to chamber the next round. So essentially, what it was doing was it was feeding and stopping like that. So if you look, you can see that it was stopping. It wasn't seating the next round all the way. And the reason was the bullet was feeding into the chamber, but the bullet that it had tried to shoot out the last one had exited the brass that was in there. However, the bullet was down inside the barrel. So I ended up having to take the barrel out, which basically, we know this is empty, is essentially this. So basically I had to take the barrel out, pull off the recoil spring, bring the barrel out, and then I had to place the barrel and then tap using a cleaning rod, tap the bullet out with a small hammer I carry with me, just on the tip of the bullet. It did end up destroying the bullet, so I did not keep that. I got rid of it, but it did not harm the barrel at all. So, and I got lucky because that stopped the next round from seating. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have realized and pulled the trigger on that next round, which would have been bad. It could have damaged the barrel. So I guess with basically shows me that I need to be a little more careful with my reloads. Now, I don't have that many left, and I'm not reloading anymore right now. I did have 2 squibs, and that was actually out of this bag. So I may just not use these rounds and then go on, because these were done in different batches. And I may just go on to this bag. And yes, before anybody says anything about it, yes, I know it's not good to keep them in the plastic bags, and you don't want to store them for a long time, but I don't have enough boxes to put them in. So this is the easiest and best way for me to store them at this point. I know that the moisture in the air isn't good in these, and I should put in silica packs or whatever. So anyway, so that's what I had experienced at the range. However, I can report that once again, the PT111 functioned without any issues whatsoever. I was able to get it, clear it, and continue shooting. And I put, with the couple of times I've been to the range since I've been here with this, I've probably put about 200 to 300 rounds through it again, and still no issues whatsoever. I'm going to call this pistol probably not one that I'm going to need to report on anymore. Maybe when I hit 10,000 rounds, I'll report on it again, but at this point I think I can say that the Taurus PT111 has really performed as I expected, as it is to be advertised. It has performed 100% accurately, 100% reliably, and really hasn't caused any problems. Even when I did have that guide rod problem, the gun still functioned normally. It was just a concern of mine. So PT111, if you haven't checked one out, you probably should. Give it a feel. I think you'll be sold. This is Pagan Shooter checking it.